Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Bible story episode. Today, we are exploring one of the most powerful stories of mercy, forgiveness, and redemption ever recorded in the Bible, the story of the woman caught in adultery, who was about to be stoned to death. This story shows us the heart of Jesus and teaches us a lesson that is just as important today as it was over 2,000 years ago. So sit back, relax, and let's begin. One early morning, Jesus arrived at the temple in Jerusalem. As usual, crowds gathered around him to listen to his teachings. People came from different places to hear the wisdom of the man many believed was sent by God. As Jesus taught, a sudden commotion interrupted the peaceful gathering. A group of scribes and Pharisees, the religious leaders of the day, forcefully pushed their way through the crowd. With them was a frightened woman. Her clothes were dusty. Her face was filled with fear. She could barely lift her head. The leaders brought her into the center of the crowd and forced her to stand before Jesus. The crowd watched in silence. Then one of the Pharisees spoke loudly, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act of adultery." The crowd gasped. According to the law of Moses, adultery was a serious offense. The Pharisee continued, "Moses commanded us to stone such women. What do you say?" At first glance, it sounded like a simple question, but it wasn't. The religious leaders weren't seeking justice. They were trying to trap Jesus. If Jesus agreed that the woman should be stoned, they could accuse him of lacking mercy. If he refused, they could accuse him of disobeying the law of Moses. Either way, they hoped to destroy his reputation. The crowd waited anxiously. Everyone wanted to hear Jesus' answer, but Jesus did something unexpected. He bent down and began writing on the ground with his finger. The Bible doesn't tell us exactly what he wrote. Some believe he may have written the sins of the accusers. Others believe he was simply giving the crowd time to reflect. Whatever he wrote, the silence became uncomfortable. The Pharisees continued pressing him for an answer. They demanded a response. Finally, Jesus stood up. He looked directly at the crowd. Then he spoke words that would be remembered forever. "Let any one of you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." After saying this, Jesus bent down again and continued writing on the ground. The crowd became silent. The religious leaders stared at one another. The stones that moments earlier seemed ready to fly now felt heavy in their hands. Jesus had exposed something important. The woman was guilty, but so were they. Every person standing there had sinned. Every person had made mistakes. Every person needed God's mercy. One by one, the accusers began to leave. The oldest left first, then another, and another. Soon, the sound of footsteps filled the temple courtyard. The crowd slowly disappeared. The stones fell harmlessly to the ground. Eventually, no one remained except Jesus and the woman. The woman looked around. The people who wanted her dead were gone. Only Jesus remained. The one person who truly had the right to judge her was now standing before her. Jesus stood and asked gently, "Woman, where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" She looked around and answered, "No one, Lord." Then Jesus spoke words that changed her life forever. "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." What incredible mercy. Jesus did not pretend that sin wasn't serious. He did not say that adultery was acceptable, but he also refused to destroy a broken person who needed forgiveness. Instead, he offered her a second chance, a new beginning, a new life. This story teaches us several powerful lessons. First, we should be careful about judging others. It is easy to point out someone else's mistakes while ignoring our own. Jesus reminded the crowd that everyone is a sinner in need of God's grace. Second, God's mercy is available to everyone. No matter what mistakes we have made, God is willing to forgive those who turn to Him. Third, forgiveness is not permission to continue sinning. Jesus told the woman, "Go and sin no more." True forgiveness should lead to a changed life. Finally, this story shows us the perfect balance of truth and grace. Jesus acknowledged the woman's sin, but he also showed compassion. He offered both correction and mercy, and that is exactly what God offers each of us today. No matter your past, no matter your failures, God's grace is greater. Like the woman in this story, we can receive forgiveness and begin again. If you enjoyed this Bible story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more inspiring Bible stories every week. Also, share this video with someone who needs to hear about God's mercy today. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you abundantly. See you in the next Bible story episode.